hillside, a cabin low and small. There's the sweetest rose of color, my Rosalie McFall. Her eyes were bright and shining, her voice was sweet to me. I knew that I would always love her. I thought that she loved me. How's the blend between guitar and voice?
Perfect. Perfect.
I wandered far away from God, but now I'm coming home. The path of sin too long I've trod. Lord, I'm coming home. Coming home. Coming home, never more to roam. Open wide thine arms of love. Lord, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
I think it sounds great.
Okay, it's about right then.
You got new CDs with you?
I've got a new CD, yep, and I've got
Losing
plenty
Out you
of
brought
them.
with you. Okay, I just want to make sure you get the CQ, are you?
Pick you up a truckload.
Okay. I'm going to. I just said. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, great. All right, thank you. I'll be listening. Okay, bye-bye. You ever have gremlins when you play places?
The devil is the ghost in the machine, and that's true. He hides in there.
Yeah, the more technology you have, sometimes it's worse. But don't let anybody hear me saying that. That's not on YouTube, is it?
No,
Gosh.
That right there,
that ain't on my YouTube.
that's the devil's
Nobody's
attempt to
watching.
be omniscient and omnipresent.
I know.
It's a counterfeit.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna let your husband set our group up with them mics, I don't know now.
They sound good. Sounds good.
Yeah, I like them mics.
No, I mean, like, technology, trying to send something, like Wi-Fi, all this stuff. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Sometimes it makes you crazy.
yeah, that's
Have you been back to Brockton lately?
good mic.
Massachusetts, last time I was in that area was for Thanksgiving.
I told you that I had some people up there. Did I tell you that? And I told them after.
They
you
still up
played.
there?
They are. Some of my grandpa's brother went in the service, and he, long story short, he jumped out of a plane in training, and his parachute didn't open. But he lived. He spent a year in the hospital. This is during World War II. This is during his training. He married his nurse. She was from Brockton, and he never came back.
There was a big shoe industry there. They made shoes
Oh wow,
in that town. And
that is neat. Your parents still living?
Mom is. She's
Oh.
90.
Wow.
She's right up, getting up there.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, I know.
Young man wanted, it's all you hear today. Young man wanted, the old man cast away. I pray the Lord to help me, these weary years survive. The missing link that lies between 40 and 65.
I'm glad I wore the most wrinkled shirt I had. That's a good thing.
Well, welcome to the club.
Well, you got a coat on over yours. I can't tell it.
That's why I hide it.
Leave those sausages.
All right, I've got two
Hide
minutes.
those biscuits too that I've eaten.
He said his brand new CD.
Can't hardly do it.
You know how to get it. You know how to get
I'll just dial it in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go eat somewhere after this.
Why don't you go to the Snappy Lunch?
Snappy Lunch.
Okay.
You know where it is?
You don't have
right
to
here?
twist my arm.
You know where it
Oh
is?
yeah, I love it. I love that pork chop sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending word over there because that's my friend. So you can set it to counter, whatever. Y'all want to go over there with it after you?
I'll probably go home.
Well, I'm gonna tell my friends over there. For
We
sure.
getting ready for a show tomorrow. We gotta go down the road.
Oh,
I've bugged David enough today anyway.
okay. Okay.
What you want to hear first, Rosalie McFall or something else?
Don't matter to me.
It's all good.
I ain't heard nothing I don't like yet.
Me neither. Me neither. Would you like it better if I move these off to the side?
You can move that one,
Okay.
sure.
I was just gonna say, does it look better for the, or does it
I
even
just
matter?
keep it to where I can get at that water there. If I lower, it's gonna get too much guitar, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I don't think so. I don't think
Is there enough guitar?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Is it good? He said it's a good blend between
Yeah,
guitar and
yeah,
that's what we
yeah.
want.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Yep.
11 o'clock.
40, the voice of the Blue Ridge. It is time now for the merry-go-round. We're going to turn things over to Jenny Lowry at the Earl Theater. Here's Jenny.
Thank you so much, Philip. It's great to hear your voice over the airwaves of WPAQ this Saturday morning. And I'm Jenny Lowry, your host for the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round, and it's a pleasure also to be back at the Earl Theater as we broadcast the program each and every Saturday. And I'm glad to have Patrick with us today on the sound. Thank you so much, Patrick. And it is my pleasure. I tell you, folks, if you watch us on YouTube or you watch us on Facebook, I try to update the people out there with who will be on the program. But when we have this program every week of the year, and most of the time with two different acts, things happen, people get sick, and unfortunately Lowdown Revival, who was supposed to be here today for the first portion, they had illness in their family and they were not able to make the trip over here. So I'm so excited, though. It just so happened that my friend David Peterson was going to be on with Kenneth Barrier with his new record Losing Game on the Blue Ridge Spotlight later today at 3 o'clock. So I asked David, I said, I know it'd be a long trip and a long day for you, but would you mind to come perform on the merry-go-round and play some songs for the folks out there in Radio Land and here at the Earl Theater? And he obliged, and I'm so glad you did. So it's my pleasure to make welcome for part one of today's merry-go-round program, David Peterson.
Yay!
All right. Mad light on fire from the Blue Ridge Mountains, far from my home back in the hills. I'm going back to the Blue Ridge Mountains. These memories, they haunt me still. There's a bluebird singing in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's calling me back to my home. Oh, I can hear those bluebirds calling, oh, they're calling me back to my home. There was a girl I loved so dearly. She lived away back in the hills. When the bluebird sings, I miss my darling. She loved me, I know, and she always will. There's a bluebird singing in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's calling me back to my home. Oh, I can hear those bluebirds calling, oh, they're calling me back to my home. was so lonesome. That one I loved had gone away. That's sad news I learned from her mother. Oh, she's asleeping there beneath the clay. There's a bluebird singing in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's calling me back to my home. Oh, I can hear those bluebirds calling. Lord, they're calling me back to my home. There's bluebirds singing in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's calling me back to my home. Oh, I can hear those bluebirds calling. They're calling me back to my home. Yeah. We had all that talk of the Blue Ridge, the voice of the Blue Ridge and Blue Ridge Spotlight, and we're in the Blue Ridge, so I thought I'm going to sing a song about the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh, awesome.
There you go. And there you have it, a Mac Wiseman tune. Bluebirds are singing for me. I do have a recording of that one on a record I did called In the Mountaintops to Roam. And I'm Dave Peterson, glad to be here today in Mount Airy, North Carolina at the Earl Theater, coming at you from WPAQ here. And trying to warm up this morning and do some songs and get the voice all worked in. And I thought of this one right here. We'll do it for you. We'll send it out. There's a guy here who says that this is his brother's favorite song, and we're going to send it out to you, buddy. I hope you enjoy Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, come on, dance, dance, oh, dance. I hope he was listening. Hope he enjoyed that. Mr. Bojangles, one written by Jerry Jeff Walker. He had a good cut on that in about 1968 or so, and then a band called the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band got a hold of that song and probably made the cut that's probably most well known of it. And well, Jenny, are you having a good time so far?
I'm always having a great time here at the Earl Theater, especially when we have some fantastic music like we have on today. And let's remind the folks again that you'll be on with Kenneth at 3 o'clock for the Blue Ridge Spotlight. And are you going to play some at the radio station when you get up there? Oh, awesome! And
I'll do a couple live in the studio.
I think that's going to be great. I was there the last time, and that you were here, and I was looking back this morning to the time when you were here last on the merry-go-round was in 2021,
wow.
About this time of the year.
Okay.
And so it was just worked out so great to have you back. And we'll do, if you don't mind, let's do one more song, and then we'll take a break and hear from our sponsor of this portion of today's program, and that's Price, Power, and Equipment. We'll hear from those folks next. Right now, though, back to music with our special guest, David Peterson.
All right, I'm going to do a Charlie Monroe tune right here. Hope you enjoy it. Out on the lonely hillside, a cabin low and small, lived the sweetest rose of color, my Rosalie McFall. Her eyes were bright and shining, her voice was sweet to me. I knew that I would always love her. I thought that she loved me. I asked her to be my darling. what she said. I know that I'll always be happy when you and I are wed. But God forfeit heaven for her one day to call. I lost my bride, oh how I loved her, my Rosalie McFall. I'll roam this wide world over to cities great and small, till God prepares my home in heaven with my Rosalie McFall, with my Rosalie McFall.
Outstanding job, our special guest, David Peterson. And you know, David, you might know this already. I know you know a whole lot more about music than I do, but you might not know a whole lot about WPAQ, I'm not sure, but Mac Wiseman and Charlie Monroe both were employees of this station in the 1940s. So we love to hear that kind of music, traditional music. It really has a place here on the Voice of the Blue Ridge. And speaking of which, the Voice of the Blue Ridge, we do have to hear a word from our sponsor of this portion of today's program, and that is Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. And we'll hear a word from those fine folks, and we'll be back with more music on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. I did not.
That's why they like Charlie Monroe better than Bill Monroe over here.
We found a poster, and it's up there. Philip might show it to you, where he had a program, and it's handwritten, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really
I
neat.
love Charlie Monroe.
Oh, yeah. Can I get you anything? Mary said she's so happy for you to come over there after you get done playing.
Okay, that'll
The
be
lady
good.
that owns it,
Haven't
yeah.
seen her in a while.
Yeah, she said, oh, is he there? I said, yes. This came up so spur of the moment, but she's working.
You can get me a new voice that ain't all clabbered
Oh,
up.
my goodness. I think it sounds pretty
Sounds good, yeah. Sounds real good. I'll swap you.
Thank you so much, Philip, and appreciate you, and appreciate the folks at Price Power Equipment as well. Also, I appreciate John Reese and the preceding program, God's Child Records, had a great program on today. And right now, speaking of great music, let's welcome back to the stage for part one of today's program, David Peterson.
All right, thank you. I'm leaving here on Monday morning. I'm leaving here on Monday morning. I'm leaving here on Monday morning. And I never expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I never expect to see you anymore. We'll rock the I've been traveling with old Mosby. I've been traveling with old Mosby, and I never expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I never expect to see you anymore. How can I ever stand it? How can I ever stand it? How can I ever stand it? 'Cause I never expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I never expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I never expect to see you anymore. And I never expect to see you anymore. I never expect to see you anymore.
Yeah!
There you have it. Should I just keep doing songs about the Blue Ridge Mountains?
Well, you know what? I was going to mention this, and I don't know if you heard it or not, but we lost a piece of history last night in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Did you?
We did. Of course, you know that Charlie Poole is from over in Eden, North Carolina. And, of course, he passed away many, many years ago. And a lot of folks think that that's kind of where bluegrass music actually got. Some of it started to transition from old time to bluegrass music with the North Carolina Ramblers. But the Spray Cotton Mill, which at that time, you know, Eden wasn't even a town. It was two towns, Spray and another town, I can't remember the name of it. But the cotton mill there where Charlie Poole worked as a young man burned down last night. Been there for many, many, many years. And so maybe we could get on a tune from Charlie Poole if you have one in your repertoire.
You know what came to mind when you said transition, and this area also was J.E. Maynard was from Concord, I think.
Absolutely, yes.
And he was another transitional band in the bluegrass. And this is one that I did record from Maynard's Mountaineers on my last record, which is called Cup of Loneliness. And I really like this song, a little bit of Run Mountain. So let's try this one. Well, I went up on the mountain, fetched me a load of pine. Put it on the wagon, I broke down behind. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill. Run mountain, check a little hill, there you'll get your fill. Hard at work, I sit down to play. Thought about my little darling, she's a many miles away. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, now you'll get your fill. Miles from my home, the rooster crow for a day. Be upstairs with another man's white bed to be getting away. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, now you'll get your fill. Oh, I went up on need my horn to blow. I thought I heard my true love say that's coming from my bow. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, now you'll get your fill. Down to Asheville, put me in the jail. I knew no one 4 miles around, no one to go my bail. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, there you'll get your fill. If I had a needle and thread fine as I could sew my darling to my side, then down the road I'd go. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, there you'll get your fill. Run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, run mountain, check a little hill, there you'll get your fill. Woo! Yeah! A lot of people, I've heard people say chuck a little hill, and they don't know, but there's a radio transcription. They recorded that in 1946, and there's a radio transcription of him saying, it's run mountain, check a little hill. They're checking for moonshine to see where they can get some, you know. And but it's check. I finally figured that out.
I was going to ask you, and then I didn't want to sound silly. I thought, well, he's going to think I'm crazy if I say, well, I've always wondered what the name of that, or how it went. Now, they were at that time the Crazy Mountaineers, weren't they?
I don't know if they might have been Mainers at that point in '46, but before that, that's another story. They did all kinds of different styles.
They did. I love that. And you brought up your last album, which is Fantastic Cup of Loneliness. We get a lot of requests for it on the radio. And then you have a new album that's just released, and I know you're going to talk with Kenneth this afternoon about it, but you might want to tell the folks that are listening in about where they can find your music.
Sure will. I'll do a song or two off of that, too. We'll do another Blue Ridge Mountain song.
All right.
They can get, the name of the record is called Losing Game, and it's real hardcore bluegrass. There's 16 cuts. They can get it from me. Should I mention amounts and places and things?
I think you should.
Will I get booted off of here?
No, you won't. You're our guest, and people want to know where to get it, so I'm sure about that.
Okay. If you can send $25 to David Peterson, P.O. Box 1064, Bristol, Tennessee 37621. P.O. Box 1064, Bristol, Tennessee 37621. Or if you want to go on the internet, you can do PayPal, and my email, the way to find me on PayPal and send it to me is ptrsn1946@aol.com. ptrsn1946@aol.com. If you go to PayPal, you can type that in, and you'll see David Peterson, and you can do it from there. So.
And also, you have some with you today, right?
I've got plenty with me today. I've got a truckload, and we'll start divvying them out, and I want to do a song off of that record.
All right.
This is one from Curly Seckler, actually, from Shiny Grove, North Carolina. One I like to his a lot. Me and Michael Cleveland been talking about recording this song for a long time, and Flat and Scruggs never did record this song commercially. That there's radio transcriptions of them on the Martha White Show with Curly Seckler singing this song, and so I think Curly recorded it later on. I know he did, but I finally got, I have Michael on this record, and Michael Cleveland and Jason Carter play twin fiddles on most of this record, but Michael played the single fiddle on this cut. Moonlight on my cabin. When it's moonlight on my cabin, I'll be waiting. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. For I know there is someone that should be waiting. When there's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. Oh, my Blue Ridge Mountains, you know that I love you. And And I'm coming back to you again real soon. There's a girl up in the mountains waiting for me, with her big brown eyes and waving long black hair. Pine is waiting, and the whippoorwill they sing for your return. When it's moonlight on the cabin, I'll be waiting. Oh, when it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there. To my Blue Ridge Mountain home I am returning, headed up the hillside, never more to roam. When it's moonlight on the cabin, I'll be coming. When it's moonlight on the pine trees, I'll be there.
All right, great job, David Peterson. The time is 11:30, so at the bottom of the hour, we'll check the weather forecast, and we'll be back with more music coming up here on the Voice of the Blue Ridge, the Saturday morning merry-go-round, and that is featuring David Peterson for this first hour, and then after the 12 o'clock news, we'll be welcoming Rain Check back to the stage. We'll be back with more music coming up right after this.
Hey, David, you gonna do one of your hardcore yodeling songs?
I will.
Sounds awesome.
Okay. You want like a boogie woogie?
Yeah, whatever. One of your favorites. How about that?
I will.
It's a nice day out, really, today.
Yeah.
It is
A lot
nice.
better than Wednesday.
Oh, I know.
Oh man, Wednesday was terrible.
This wind we've been having, have y'all been having that up there?
Yeah, we had some wind. We had some last night
Oh.
or yesterday. I can't find my rear end with both hands.
I thought you could.
I
I
can't.
think you're good.
You're doing great, David.
Pick out one of you good tear jerkers. Good.
I'll do it.
We like tear-jerking songs, don't we?
That's all we do.
Yeah, just about it.
We do a gospel.
Tragic songs of life.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do a gospel song, 3 tear jerker songs.
Buddy.
Do you have much places to play around Bristol?
Bristol was a little funny about, I don't know, necessarily very much of a live music town unless they have like a festival. Venues, it's a little different. You gotta go down to, Kingsport, Johnson City more. They have more venues to play. They have theaters like this, soft seat venues, but like just clubs and stuff. It's a little bit.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. People don't understand that with playing solo, I mean, there's something to hide behind. That's just you and a guitar. That
Yeah, and there's life's embarrassing moments when you miss when you miss. Oh well.
I said I'm flying over your house. I texted him back and said, "Laugh out loud, blow the horn." Like I told you last time,
preaches the old-fashioned
do
truth
that
of
at
the
home,
gospel.
and
Don't
you
miss
get
the
out
full
there on the
broadcast
bring the radio game.
each weekend of this station.
Awesome.
The Voice of Truth broadcast with Pastor L.R. Shelton
And I
is
thought
heard
maybe it was
Sundays
time.
over WPAQ at 8:30 a.m. Let's take you back now.
Here we go. Sorry.
Here's Jenny.
Thank you so much, Philip, and once again, we appreciate you this Saturday keeping us on the air. And we're back with our special guest, David Peterson. And David, just whatever you like to do, we know it's going to be great, and we just want to share this on behalf of Kelly Epperson, owner of our station, how much we appreciate you being with us for the merry-go-round, and also coming up to the Blue Ridge Spotlight later today.
Well, we want to thank you for having me. Thank you for playing my music throughout the years. Y'all have been real good to me, and this is a station that has a lot of history in the hillbilly and bluegrass and country music, and so I'm proud to be here. We've had a request. This is somebody wanted to hear a yodel song. Well, this is a Jimmy Rogers tune that happens to be on my brand new CD. And if you like the rip, roar, and high lonesome sound of bluegrass, you will like this record. We recorded, and all my records have been recorded this way for a long time, but we record it live in one room with no headphones. We play it and sing it live. What you hear on the record is what you get, and there is no trickery. And we've got to get back to that in the bluegrass music and the old time music. We got to get back to human performance. So
No auto-tune needed.
Ned, you better cut it. You better cut it. Here we go. Well, Portland Bay is just the same as sunny Tennessee. Oh, Portland, Maine is just the same as sunny Tennessee. And any old place I hang my hat, it's home sweet home to me. I went down to the depot, I looked upon the board. Oh, I went down to the depot, and I looked upon the board. Lordy, Brad, it's good times, yeah, but the better on down the road. Ho, ho, ho. Yodelay, hey, yodelay. Woo! I'll eat for breakfast, yeah. I'll eat for dinner in New Orleans. I'll eat for breakfast, yeah, eat my dinner in New Orleans. I'm gonna get me a gal that I ain't never seen. Where was you, mama, when the train left the shed? And where was you, mama, when the train left the shed? Lord, you were standing in my front door, wishing to God I would die. You're the lady. Portland, Maine is just the same as sunny Tennessee. Portland, Maine is just the same as sunny Tennessee. Any old place I hang my hat, it's home sweet home to me. Cross your fingers here. Yeah. have it, the Brakeman's Blues, little Jimmy Rogers by request there. You can find that on my new record called Losing Game. I'm going to do another song. He was wanting to hear a tearjerker over here, and we're going to, this one's Mighty Sad right here. Which basically, bluegrass is not a happy-go-lucky music. It's the songs of lonesomeness and loss, meant much of it. And this is a country song by the pen of Tommy Collins, and I'll send it out to you, buddy. Hope you enjoy it. High on a Hilltop. You can find this on the new CD. High on a hilltop, overlooking the city, I can see the bright lights as they gleam, and somewhere you're dancing in some dingy barroom, and the more of the gay light takes the place of our dreams. High on the hilltop, my heart cries, oh Lord, forgive her, she knows not the way, and give me the power to believe in someday. High on a hilltop, together we'll pray. I can vision around her with a light so smooth, and the promise of riches for you. But you see not the danger, 'cause you still live with booze. And from high on the hilltop, I see the devil when you. High on the hilltop, my heart cries, oh Lord, forgive her, she knows not the way, and give me the power to believe in someday. High on a hilltop, together we'll pray. High on a hilltop, together we'll pray. Woo! Yeah! It looks like we got Snow White in the house here. Yeah, Bunny?
Can you play the Dukes of Hazzard?
Well, that's probably out of my wheelhouse a little bit. Although I've known some good old boys, and I may be one myself. Let's field. Are there any other requests? I did that last time I was on the show. I took some requests, and we've been doing different songs.
I might have to request the Don Stover classic again.
Things in life.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know.
You got that today?
I think that's great. Over there in Artie, West Virginia, right down the road from Clear Creek, where the Lilly Brothers are from. Of course, the Lilly Brothers and Don Stover brought the authentic sounds of bluegrass music to New England back in the 50s and 60s. They labored in a hard vineyard for a long time over there, and they made some of the best bluegrass music that's ever been made right there. But they're from a little place over there in West Virginia. In Artie, West Virginia, up on the mountainside is Don Stover's grave, and you can see this song title on his gravestone. If you didn't know where it was, I had to have the Lillies had to show me. They took me up there, and Everett Lily's daughter and her husband took me up there, and you wouldn't know where it was if they didn't know. So here we go. By request, Things in Life. Look up, look down this lonesome road. Hang down your head and cry. For we often lose some things in life that makes us wonder why. Oh, the fairest maid I ever loved now sleeps beneath the clay. I live in hopes and dreams of her that we'll meet again someday. I often sit and wonder why life has to be this way. But after all is said and done, I'm sure God has His say. Well, I'd like to be a small part of life with some few things to achieve. Just to know I've been a fruitless cause would give my poor heart free. Now when they lower my casket down, there's a lonesome grave to rest. And you take your last look at my face, you can say I did my best.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Outstanding job. Thank you so much, David Peterson. We're going to take a real quick break.
All right.
And then we'll come back with about 15 minutes left in this first hour of the program. You're listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round here on the voice of the Blue Ridge. We'll be back right after this.
Snow White's dancing around.
She goes to Anna. She belongs to me. Anna, oh, it's so pretty. Why don't y'all go sit down? You'll make us dizzy if we keep watching you spin.
That's a lot of energy. You gotta run up and down the aisle.
Yeah, run them out with this mouth like this. Anna, you want to spin? Go out to the lobby. Oh, yeah. Robert,
She put pencils in this.
with Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Sweet. Hannah, look, go show Doggy where we sat last week in the balcony. Go show Doggy. Go show Doggy.
Balcony last night. We got upstairs.
Once you get this guitar dialed in, it's pretty good.
Is it a D45?
It's a D45, yeah. It's a Manlin Brothers commemorative reissue from like 1980.
Oh, wow.
Old preacher friend of mine I know he's still alive. He's in Texas. He's 93 now. I knew him back in the 80s when I lived down there, and he had this guitar. Last couple of years ago, we started talking about like he wanted to sell it, dropping hints. I said, well, you know how it goes. If you don't get it while it's there, the family will do whatever they want to.
Yeah, I know. Go sit down, okay? Go show me the lobby. Upstairs.
No.
Let's go.
No. Just leave me alone.
Go show Miss Willie Sue your dress, Hannah. Show her real quick. Come back with 11 minutes.
Come back at 11.
We'll be back with it. We've got 11 minutes. Thank you so much, Philip. And we got about 11 minutes left in this first portion of the radio broadcast today. And I do need to make mention our sponsors again. We thank Price Power Equipment and our media partner, Cottage Media 11. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, you can find them at cottagemedia11.com, where you'll find all kinds of features on traditional music and values as well. And we appreciate them having a Listen Live button on their website. Right now, back to our special guest for this first portion of today's program. David, we got about 11 minutes, so whatever you'd like to do in that time, I know it's going to be great. Thank you so much.
Well, we haven't done any sacred music this morning, and so I'm going to do a song that I like an awful lot. There was a lady lived back over 100 years ago, and who she was blind from birth, but they say she wrote between 8,000 and 10,000 hymns, poems, and gospel songs, and probably one of the most prolific songwriters in American history. That's a vast body of work there, and this is one of her more well-known ones, and her name was Fanny Crosby, and this is called Near the Cross. Near the cross, O Lamb of God, bring its scenes before me, help me live from day to day, with its shadows over me. In the cross, be my glory ever, till my raptured soul shall find rest beyond the river. In the cross, in the cross, be my glory ever, till my raptured soul shall find rest beyond the river. That about sums it up right there. One of the finest gospel songs ever written, and all this music and all the things don't mean a whole lot without that. So just life doesn't mean anything without that.
That's right.
And so the Lamb of God. There you go.
We probably got time for two more. Would you do 1946?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Sure will.
I'm sorry I'm making all the requests, but y'all just have to holler them out if you.
Well, that's a good one. I've actually wrote this one. So, this was written with a friend, Jerry Salley, and a lot of people know his writing and his music. Had a lot of success in the country music field, and the name of my band is David Peterson in 1946. Of course, it's a reference to the year bluegrass was invented on record, when Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys went in to record 20 27 sides, I guess, for Columbia Records in 1946 and 7. And so a lot of people consider that to be the invention of bluegrass on record as we know it. Of course, anything Bill Monroe did before that is bluegrass. He was recording since 1940. And we make reference to that in this song. It's a song about 1946. That's the name of it. So we'll do it by request. Old Bill introduced this high dramatic drive. He could fill her up with ethyl fluoride at $1.05. Earl took the Opry stage by Joan with all of his hot licks. There with Lester and Bill back in 1946. All the folks at Fenway thought it finally was their year. But after 7 hard-fought games, it all became so clear that even Teddy couldn't stop the Cards with all their tricks. Seems the Sox would have to wait till after 1946. Oh, the baby boomers were blooming, and the buck stopped with old Harry Truman. The best years of our lives were more than Hollywood big flick. Funny thing, it really was back in 1946. Well, my grandpa went to school on that old GI Bill. He would check one of the brave souls who survived the battlefield. And sometimes guilt would get to him when he would reminisce about the friends who never lived to see 1946. Oh, the baby boomers were booming, and the buck stopped with old Harry Truman. The best years of our lives were more than a Hollywood big flick. Funny thing, it really was back in 1946. Well, sometimes I think I would go back if I could find a way. Yeah, when hard work and sacrifice were virtues of the day. When anyone could get ahead, no gimmicks, gags, or tricks. And the neighbors never locked their doors in 1946. Oh, the baby boomers were blooming, and the buck stopped with old Harry Truman. The best years of our lives were more than a Hollywood big flick. Funny thing, it really was back in 1946.
Come along with it.
There you have it.
Thank you so much. I think that is just such a great song. And
Thank you.
and you can find that on the 1946. Is that the name of that record?
The record's called "In the Mountaintops to Roam," and it
That's
came
right.
out in about 2006.
That's a great song. I wore that one out. The cover's falling off and everything.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, I've got time for one more song, but I want the folks to know that you do have CDs today. I got my money right here. I sent one of my kids back so I can pick me up one of the brand new Losing Game CDs. Of course, we're playing it on WPAQ, and you can call in your requests as well. And don't forget, David will be joining Kenneth Barrier at 3 o'clock for the Blue Ridge Spotlight as well. So we've got time for one more, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'll do you one that's off of that CD, and it's a Bill Monroe tune. And I consider this to be a very quintessential bluegrass song. It doesn't sound like anything else, and it's got the high lonesome sound to it. It's called "I Live in the Past." The days are so lonely, the nights are so long. Our home is a prison since you are gone, and I'll always wonder hope for tomorrow. I'll live in the past. in my heart and tears in my eyes. Oh, my sweetheart is gone, and I've left here to cry. I'm the biggest pretender you ever did see. Oh, I pretend you still love me. False love couldn't be. But then I remember, and I know that it's true, that you're with another, and I know I've lost you. So I just go on dreaming sweet dreams of the past, of when you still love me, and I thought it would last. But life is so short, and time moves so fast. Oh, I'll never forget you as I live in the past.
Thank you so much, our special guest, David Peterson. We really appreciate you being here. Once again, stay tuned at 3 o'clock. Dave will be back up in the studio for the Blue Ridge Spotlight. Don't anybody go anywhere, though, folks here. Keep your radio dials tuned right here to WPAQ, the voice of the Blue Ridge. You folks here in the theater, pick up a CD from David before he has to go. And right now, also, we can go out in the lobby and get us a cold drink and some popcorn, and we're going to listen to the news, and we'll be back with more music from our special guest, Rain Check. That's coming up after the 12 o'clock news. You're listening to the voice of the Blue Ridge. This is AM 740, along with FM 106.7 WPAQ.
If anybody wants a CD, I've got a box of them up front here. Just come down. I'll get you fixed up.
All
I've got
right.
8 different ones of mine with me, and
That's what I hope I got change. I got good. Okay.
well, 5 is for the shipping. Yeah. Okay, thank you. 25 because it got the shipping cost.
Right, and that's it goes crazy every time we go.
$5.
I'm gonna be listening. I know. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was great. You always do something. Oh, I always do. I always do. I love your music. You're so talented.
Well,
Hey, Ricky, this is another one.
okay.
Will you take Mommy's CD back to the music store when you go, so I don't lose it? What do you need?
According to the sheriff's office, Brown, who's a federal
Gallery basketball.
Okay.
Ricketson, who authorities say is a convicted murderer, is being held in the Hawkins County, Tennessee jail without bond. Virginia House Republicans have voted down a range of bills that would have added new restrictions on firearms.
Hey.
Sound great, Dave?
Thank you.
As always, weapons, a college campus gun ban, and a gun storage bill.
Oh, no.
Priorities for Democrats.
It is.
It's hard to stay that high in the morning.
I know.
I wasn't ready.
Well, I thought you did great. How are you doing?
Should have pitched it a half step lower.
Public Safety Subcommittee defeated a bill from Democratic
Guitar sounded good.
Thank you.
would have expanded the definition
E45.
I think they're upstairs. Hannah kept twisting and I was afraid she was gonna make everybody pass out. Turning around.
She didn't want to leave.
No, she didn't, but you have to, she gets wound up, then you.
Gets all wound up.
That's why I sent her to the balcony.
That's being a kid, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Having a big time.
Yes. How are y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Great. is. Patrick, test this and make sure it's on. 12. 12. You getting it?
Carolina, and here locally, an inmate died yesterday after being found suffering a medical emergency, according to
Lance said 12. I'm sorry, not 12. 9. 9. Sorry.
had a medical emergency and was transferred
Are you getting me?
Check two, okay.
Did this how we did this last time? Did we just mic it?
Oh, we can do that way.
Is that which way you'd rather do?
Yeah, unless you
You said you need a DI?
I'm okay either way. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Which way is better for you? This or?
Whichever way here sounds better, I don't know.
Michael Cleveland. Yeah, Michael
Well,
Cleveland.
we usually might like it, but I've got a silver bullet if you'd rather plug in.
If you like
I'm
it.
fine with my questions.
Okay.
Well, thanks so much. How you doing, buddy? Thank you. Good to meet you today.
What can I do for y'all? What do y'all need? Give me a minute.
There was, we did Moonlight on My Cabin, we did, Blue Ridge, we did,
Ricky, did you get my CD?
Home Property, Blue Ridge Mountain. And is there another one? Bluebirds Are Singing For Me, that's it. That was the first one. That's on another record I got.
Do we need to stand? What do we do?
Both vocal and instrumental.
Yes, is that
Like that song.
okay?
Get her done, John.
What's up? Like that picture.
Oh, yeah.
Well protected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Log it, don't worry.
It's not the Lester Flat, big man.
Thank you.
What you been doing?
Here, off and on.
Good, man.
Yeah?
So listening to y'all. Same old.
Fix to go down the road, start,
Play all the time music.
On what?
we'll start the tour.
Start the tour.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going all the way to Canapolis.
You live here? You live here?
Asked him what he did. Tell him what you did for a living, Pete. He did play, but he also worked on the space program.
Did you?
That's
Were you in Huntsville or were you in Houston? San Diego.
Did you ever hear short stories about if they lived there on the farm?
Not yet?
Not yet.
Thankfully, not yet.
Who? Oh.
I believe it. Sure, man. I'll be back
You sound very famous.
Well,
I'm not very famous.
I'm not famous either.
Been around.
Been doing it a long time. This is your retirement, you do what you want to do. Anyway, yeah. Okay. You've been living the good life.
I have.
You did your best.
This one, okay. Can I get to my Sunday school paper? No, I'm trying to think of some place that we can do. I think maybe.
Like the wash tub.
He actually does do good on the wash tub. It's good. You know, some people can't really play, but he's very good.
Doesn't clear the way. Just go over there?
Yes, yeah, you know, we know Mary, don't you? Okay, yeah, she's expecting, she's working in the back, and she's, just a minute, Ricky, just a minute.
Tell me your name. Pete, Dave Peters. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
30 seconds.
Can you try something to 30 seconds?
Oh, yeah, just okay.
Yeah.
I will look at that. Work with the Navy.
Give us some vocals for 30 seconds.
Was a lot of computer stuff back then. You use slide rules. You have to know your math. Nice to meet you. I'll see you. Thank you.
Dave, y'all be careful now.
I'll do it. Good to meet you, my friend.
Let us chat real quick. Let us chat real quick.
Captain, Captain, take this hammer, Captain, Captain, let him on go, let him on go. Will it be at? Check, 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 check. Check. I'll just get it up a little bit, probably.
Start same tenor in the morning.
I know.
John, this ain't morning.
Well, it is for me. I'm a musician.
I know.
You're
I
the
get up at
youngest.
the crack of noon.
You're the youngest, so you have to sing tenor.
Hard to sing.
Yeah.
All right, sing it again.
Well, take his hammer, Captain, Captain. Take this hammer, Captain, Captain. Take this hammer, Captain, Captain. Let him on go, let him on go. Will it be
I think it's sounding good.
Was I running?
Okay. All right.
Maybe we need to have it higher up. I don't know.
We walk in here.
As soon as we get started, I'll run grab some waters. I gotta go out to the
Okay.
Just play until I get back.
I was 60 today.
Like 1 or 2 weeks, and that was it.
1 week, maybe.
Thank you all so much. You didn't know who I was when I followed you.
I was in the fall.
I'm kind of frog. You can touch that.
Look at the weather forecast. Temperature here in North Carolina, setting down 50 degrees and sunny. Beautiful. No rain today. Take things back down to the early
Thank you so much, Philip. We appreciate you, and I appreciate David Peterson coming kind of at the last minute. He did a great job, and be sure and stay tuned. At 3 o'clock, he'll be with Kenneth Barrier on the Blue Ridge Spotlight to kind of debut his brand new CD, Losing Game. And right now, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage the Earl for part 2 of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round rain check. Let's make him feel welcome.
Thank you and good afternoon.
All right. It's great to be back at the Earl.
the one and only Earl. Thanks for this wonderful front row audience here too.
We're gonna feature hometown guy right here on the banjo. He can play that banjo, and he can play that dobro.
Everything with an O on it.
Yeah, he's an O guy, O kind of guy.
Oboe. Yeah, I just live as the crow flies like 3 miles from here, so I'm gonna try to do this Alan's Monday tune, great banjo player from Texas. It's a song about a burrito.
All right, I like burritos.
You like Mexican food? It's called the Hot Burrito Breakdown.
Yeah!
Didn't even tell you who he was. This is John Bolden on that banjo. We talked all about him, and we didn't even tell you who he was.
That's not important. Thank Alan Mundy for that song. Made me hungry. Who doesn't like a burrito?
We love burritos.
Here's an original song written by this guy standing, as you can see on the radio, standing right to my right. Tell them all about this song, man.
Oh, I wrote this song probably 40 years ago. Maybe 50.
There you go.
I didn't know what I was doing, and still don't.
And it's called...
This is called Lose Yourself. Sometimes I sit at home, think what's going on, wondering if I'm crazy or just sorry. Sit back in my chair, drink myself a beer, relax on my tune that I never. Ain't it nice to feel at ease? Do exactly as you please. Don't have to worry about tomorrow. And then what makes it nice? My woman, she invites to sail off in a dream of starry skies. Sometimes we talk a while, sometimes she makes me smile. There's something you don't see me do while we're working. Ain't it nice to feel at ease? Do exactly as you please. Don't have to worry about tomorrow. Lose yourself in no point in worrying, it makes no sense to hurry. I admit I'm guilty on both counts. Oh, I can sit for hours, vision goes pretty sharp. No strange thing sure is nice. Ain't it nice to be ready? Do exactly as you please. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. Lose yourself and you lose your sorrow. Ain't it nice to be ready? Do exactly as you please. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. Lose yourself and you lose your sorrow. Did you just lose yourself?
That's right.
Good.
I think we'll go back to the old traditional route here. We're gonna try to slip in a few originals in there if we can. Of course, we love doing the old classic stuff. I think this one is about as classic as it gets.
And the girl that is old.
That's right. We're a bunch of classics too. This goes back to old Reno and Smiley days. If anybody knows who Reno and Smiley, you know those guys. It's one of their hits called Love, Please Come Home. I read it.
Neat. Sweetheart, I beg you to come home tonight. I'm so blue and all alone. Come home.
All right, great job, our special guest, Rain Check. We'll take a real quick break to catch up on some things, as well as take an updated look at the weather forecast. And we'll be back with more music coming up here on the Voice of the Blue Ridge, Saturday morning merry go round, featuring Rain Check right after this.
I think I've been in tune all night. And today either. Like a day and a half I've been out of tune.
It's bluegrass, just get close.
That's right. Just get close is all you need. Sort of like being irregular, you know what I'm saying?
If you get in tune, it kind of ruins the whole effect, don't it?
Yeah.
Somebody may have it up there, but please get it. Okay, we'll do it when we get back. Rick told me that I needed to drop these down 6 inches.
Get more off than
Yeah. And he told me to tell you, he said, tell him to trust me.
Trust me.
Hey. The base needs to go.
Okay.
I ain't heard it yet.
It's fine.
Y'all been playing along?
Don't forget our funky
Hello?
I'm not here.
You might want to answer that. They probably won't talk to you. What, Tuesday? Thursday. Wednesday?
Good.
Rain and snow.
I barely can hear it from here, don't.
Thank you so much, Phil. Appreciate you, and appreciate all you folks tuning in. Heard from David during that last set of music. I wanted to tell y'all that you're sounding good down in Troutman, North Carolina, where he's listening in. And thank you for listening in. So right now, without further ado, back to more music from our special guest, Rain Check.
If I was a sinner, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd quit my sinning and I'd work on the building. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. building. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. I tell you what I do. Oh, I keep on preaching and I work on the building. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building. I'm working on the building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building. It's a Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord. Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building. It's the Holy Ghost building for my Lord, for my Lord.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Alan got him a string on that.
Guitar player lost a wire, as we say in the business. We'll get him to change that quickly.
We can take a break real quick if you
Yeah.
want to do that. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
that'd be great.
Philip, let's see. Let's hear from Wayne Herbson again, and then also from Old Mill Music, and give these folks time to change a string real quick, and then we'll be back with more music coming up from Rain Check right after this.
Our kids
I can't believe that about that bill running down. All that, just, I cried. What a tragedy. And they were fixing it up, just like this down here. They don't know. They said they didn't know. In the spray bill, was that right? He did work there, didn't he? They said, I thought, it's been there that long. Oh my gosh. I've seen a video where they had drone footage around that, where they were fixing it up. And I believe it was on North Carolina weekend to talk about the festival, maybe a couple of years ago. And they were showing it, they filmed it there, this piece, that, I think it was North Carolina weekend on PBS, but.
Got in bad shape.
said whoever had bought it, they was making 72 apartments and a retail space, and so they done invested. I'm sure. I hope so too. They claim they sort of hold up bids and as if the insurance can't get straight through. What do you think? You got ready?
Back right now.
Close? I can talk. Thank you so much, Philip. And while they're getting things tuned up here, I do want to remind you folks about next week. We have some great things going on here at the Earl Theater, and I want to make sure that everybody knows all about it. First of all, we'll be celebrating our 75th birthday with a free concert next Saturday night. That's 1 week from tonight. And also, we've got two great groups on the merry-go-round that morning. February the 4th, we'll start things off with E&R Railroad, and then our special guest will be None of the Above. They'll be with us for part 2 of the program next Saturday, and then we'll close things up. I believe they have a matinee movie at 2 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock, we'll reopen the doors here at the Earl Theater for a whole lot of entertainment, all totally free, beginning at 4:30 with a free screening of Broadcast A Man and His Dream. That will be only here at the theater, so you won't be able to hear that on the radio. You'll need to come down to the Earl, and then we'll start back with the music at 5:45. Got 5 great groups, and all totally free. So we'd love to see all of y'all all day. Come for the merry-go-round, stay all day. And right now, they're just about ready, set to go. We will enjoy some more music from our special guest, Rain Check.
Jenny, this is an old song from a band called the Dreadful Snakes. And they had one record, and it was Bela Fleck, Jerry Douglas, Pat Enright, Todd Phillips, I'm drawing a blank on a couple others, but a bunch of, nobodies. Just decided to get together and do a record, but this is a song off of that album called Who's That Knocking?
Who's that knocking at my door? Have I heard that knock before? It's an evil trying to get into my room. Who's that tapping at my window? Who's calling me to go to a place that is filled with arcane gloom? Oh, this life that I'm living seems so unforgiving. I find trouble everywhere that I go. We'll always seek a person just to quench my burning thirst in water that's all colored soul. Who's that knocking at my door? Have I heard that knock before? Is an evil trying to get into my room? Who's that tapping at my window? Who's calling me to go to the place that is filled with dark and gloom? Watching so much street. Now I'm here knocking at my door. It's only for standing outside, but there's no place to run high. Once my soul pressed me to the floor. Who's that knocking at my door? Have you heard that knock before? It's an evil trying to get into my room. Who's that tapping at my window? It's calling me to go to a place that is filled with dark and gloom. into my room? Who's that tapping at my window? Who's calling me to go to the place that is filled with dark and blue?
Oh, thank you, thank you. We call that our Halloween song.
You know, while we're between songs here for just a minute, I want to thank you and the whole staff at radio station WPAQ and all the listeners for 75 incredible years of incredible music. We are proud to be a part of what you're doing.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I'll tell you what, we couldn't make it without all of these groups that have, that's what's kept us on the air, you know, with the personalities have changed, of course, but the music is still the same, timeless, whether it's something from 1948 or something from today. That great music has transcended all those years, and we appreciate y'all for being here. Rain Check, what you got picked out for us next?
Here's a song from the 70s from Paul Simon. So we like to cover Flat Scruggs and Paul Simon. Flat and Simon.
There you go.
Simon and Scruggs.
I'm sitting in a railway station, got a ticket for my destination. On a tour, a one-night stand, a suitcase and guitar in hand. Every stop is neatly planned, a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, wish I would. Homeward bound, home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently. All my words come back to me in shades of mediocrity, like emptiness, harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, girl, I wish I was. Homeward bound, home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me. Oh, thank you. Let's do a wave, what do you say? All 6 of you. Wait a minute. We've had some more additions coming in here. Hello, everybody. We're from Winston-Salem. We're rain check from Winston-Salem. On the Mando, who lives in Davidson County. He has played with a lot of bands, and he is a bluegrass guy. He's a nice guy. We call him our golden retriever. Let's give a big hand for Mr. Flash Siebert here. His real name's Dennis. Dennis Siebert. On the bass from Poptown, North Carolina. The man has quite a musical background. He played in the late 60s and early 70s for a touring horn section band that played for the Platters. Wow. So how he got back into bluegrass, I'll never know, and probably don't want to know.
I was finally washed ashore.
Smoke got in his eye.
Anyway, let's give a big hand for Mr. Bassman back here, Jack Steelman.
Up here front and center on the guitar, writes a lot of great songs, great guitar player and singer, Mr. Alan Conrad from Winston-Salem.
Oh, thank you, friends.
And here's a Bill Monroe song, Yes We Can Do Regular Bluegrass. But this is kind of our version of it, based on the Dreadful Snakes version of it. So this is the third incarnation of this song. But this is one of Bill's best songs, I think, called Traveling Down This Lonesome Road.
I'm traveling down this lonesome road, oh how I hate to go. When the storm is raging high and it's awful cold, my mind is back to you, sweetheart, and I love you so. Now you're gone and left me here to travel this lonesome road. I remember, dear, not long ago you said, be my hope. I never thought you'd go away and leave me all alone. And the love you had for me, I find sweetheart was cold. Now you're gone and left me here to travel this lonesome. I'm traveling down this lonesome road, oh how I hate to go. The wind is storm, the raging high, and it's awful cold. My mind is back to you, sweetheart, and I love you so. Now you're gone and left me here to travel this lonesome road. All I do is roam around and look for you, my dear. I know I've searched 10,000 miles, so how I need you, dear. Well, you left me here, broke my heart, and now I'm rolling. Why did you go and leave me here to travel this lonesome road? I'm traveling down this lonesome road, oh how I hate to go. Storm raging high and it's awful cold. My mind is back to you, sweetheart, and I love you so. Now you're gone and left me here to travel this lonesome road. Now you're gone and left me here to travel this lonesome road.
Thank you. Well, we're gonna stick with another. Can we do another?
I was just gonna say, can you do one and then we'll take a break?
Okay, we're gonna do another really traditional gospel song called "House of the Rising Sun." That's an inside joke.
Inside me.
Yeah. This is actually a rock song from back in the '60s, I guess. What's the name of the band? Can anybody?
The Animals.
The Animals. Yeah. But it's kind of been adopted by, acoustic groups and folk music and stuff like that. But it's definitely not a gospel song. But it sounds like it would be here in the beginning.
There is meaning behind it.
Musically, it sounds like it could be a sad gospel song, but it's not. But this is our version of House of the Rising Sun.
There is a house in New Orleans echo the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many old boys. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. It's so my new blue jeans. And my father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Well, the only thing the gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's all drunk.
Great job, our special guest rain check. We'll send things back to you, Philip Adams, and get us caught up, and then we'll be back with more music coming up. We'll be with you until 1:29 today here on the Saturday Morning Merry Go Round, broadcast live from the historic Earl Theater. We'll be back right after this. 1:29 is really true. Because we're supposed to have the obits.
Oh, okay.
And then our show starts at 4. No, I'm just. It used to be more important that we stopped on time. That was great. Y'all are so good. John, I've always known you were so talented, but he surprises me all the time. All of y'all are so talented. Try. Progress on the body. I haven't done anything. And they said now, even if they wanted to do something, they can't because they don't have any permits. So they're still waiting on plans. And then when they get updated plans, then they can be issued permits to do something. And now they've decided to go after tax credits, which the original, they weren't. So that really will be a long time. Yeah.
I hate that they've got the street closed off, because that's
Oh, yeah.
the way it is.
And it is. I mean, it's still got roads on everything. I mean. Thank you so much, Philip. Appreciate you. And in this next little bit, what we will do is we'll have about 2 songs, and then we'll hear from our friends up at Handy's Country Store, and then hopefully we will be on track with our advertisements. I think that's right. So thank you once again to our special guests, David Peterson and Rain Check. And so if that'd be all right with y'all, we'll play 2 more songs, then we'll take another break.
Thank you, Jenny. We're going to send this song out. This is a Tom Petty tune. It's one of his better songs, I think. It's called Wildflowers. But I'm going to send this out as a special dedication. There's a special young lady named Abby who just passed away. She's only 24 years old. And she's a severe diabetic and had an insulin pump. And here about a week ago, I don't know if something happened with the pump or something happened and it caused her to have some severe vomiting and things, and she passed away in her sleep from aspirating from that. 24 years old, just a really sweet girl. Her name's Abby. So I'm going to send this song out to Abby and her family. They live down in eastern North Carolina, down around Shallow, down close to the beach. And this will be for Abby. Get the tune here, sorry. And this is called Wildflower. Ready?
All right.
You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, find you a lover. Go away somewhere all bright and new. I've seen no other who compares to you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me. Far away from your troubles and worries. You belong somewhere you feel free. Go away, find you a lover, big lover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me. Far away from your troubles and worry. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free.
We'll go from Tom Petty to the Beatles. And then back to Flat Strokes. have some Beatles fans out here.
That's illegal.
All right, are you ready? Kick her off.
Wait a minute, I played with it one time. Got a good reason for taking the easy way out. Oh, got a good reason taking the easy way out. She was a day tripper, one-way ticket out. It took me so long to find out. I found out. She's a big teaser. She took me half the way there. Oh, she's a big teaser. Yeah, now she took me half the way there. She was a day tripper, one-way ticket out. It took me so long to find out. I found out.
All right. Really enjoyed today's program here on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. Right now, though, we do need to take a break and send things back to you, Philip Adams, and please take care of the rest of our advertisements at this time, and we'll save Mayberry Music Center for the last break that we take. So right now, we'll send things back to you, and we'll be back with more music from our special guest, Rain Check, right after this.
We heading out, brother.
Good to see y'all.
Well, thanks, too. Thanks, Jenny. Y'all have a good day. Good. Good to see you. All right. Be careful. Yes, sir. Enjoy it. Are you? enjoyed it, I really loved
Probably
it, man.
12
You guys are
minutes.
good. Well, thank you. Enjoyed it a lot.
I lost track of where we were, so I gotta make sure all the ads have been gone.
Do you just hold my hand there or switch for another?
Yeah, that's fine.
What time is it?
It's 1:15. I think we'll come back with right at 12 minutes. I think we have time.
We got 3 listed there. We got 3 listed. We didn't do Midnight Flower yet.
Well, we've got 6 more on the list, but there's not time for all of them.
Can. Jesus.
Thank you so much, Philip. If it's all right with y'all, we'll do 2 more songs, and then we'll hear a word from our friends across the street at Mayberry Music Center, and then finish up today's program. It's been a pleasure. So we will probably have time for about 12 minutes of music. So, you know, in bluegrass, it could be a 1-minute song, or it could be a 5-minute song, which I guess that's in any kind of music, so it's hard to tell. But anyways, it's been great to have y'all on. So once again, let's do 2 more songs and then take another real quick break.
Thank you, Jan. We'll do a great gospel song here. Get Dennis up here to sing it for us and kick us off. It's called Jesus Hold My Hand.
1, 2, 3. As I travel through this pilgrim land, there is a friend who walks with me. Leads me safe to the same is the Christ of Calvary. This will be my friend for today, just to do the best I can. Lord, I need the light to guide the day and night. Bless you, Jesus, hold my hand. Jesus, hold my hand. I need thee every hour. Through this pilgrim land, protect me by the power. Hear my plea. Oh Lord, look down on me. Let me travel in the light divine, that I might see the blessed way. Teach me that I may behold thine and sing redemption song. Go and take me to the blessed Jesus, hold my hand. Jesus, hold my hand. I need every hour. Through this pilgrim land, protect me by the power. Hear my plea. Oh Lord, look down on me. When I kneel in prayer, I hope to meet you there. Blessed Jesus, hold my hand. When I kneel in prayer, I hope to meet you there. Blessed Jesus, hold my hand.
Oh, thank you. Right there on Midnight Flower. Try to do one from another classic bluegrass band called the Eagles.
Yeah.
But they did have a banjo, and that's no joke. They had Bernie Ledden playing the banjo when they first came out back in the early 70s. So they're kind of like a folk. So I'm Don't you guys get any ideas?
Yeah, we were gonna have a talk. No, who wants to make billions anyway?
That's right. It's only money. But here's one of their really early hits from like 73 or 4, something like that, called Midnight Flyer. So we'll kind of do our version of their version. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Midnight flyer, engineer, won't you let your whistle blow? Midnight flyer, I pay the dues and I feel like traveling on. A runaway team of horses ain't enough to make me stay. Oh, you wrote around another man, well then down your way. Turn him into someone who can take the place of me. Make him every kind of fool you wanted me to be. Midnight flyer, engineer, won't you let your whistle blow? Midnight flyer, I pay the dues and I feel like traveling on. Think about me, don't you let me cross your mind. Something when you hear that lonesome midnight whistle whine. Midnight flyer, engineer, won't you let your whistle blow? Midnight flyer, baby, dudes, and I feel like traveling on.
That was about more than I could take right there. I don't know. I was like your guitar string. I was about to break over here. That was great, and I wasn't even doing anything, just sitting here and enjoying it. We'll tell the folks right now while we have time for one more, but we do need to tell the folks about this sponsor of this last portion of today's program, and that is Mayberry Music Center, located right across the street from the Earl Theater and locally owned and operated by the Easter family. They'd like to invite you to stop in and check out their selection of acoustic as well as electric guitars, bass guitars, mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, and much, much more. Also, Mayberry Music Center specializes in Blue Ridge guitars, and they're the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer here in the Mount Airy area, always giving a $100 discount off the suggested retail price of their Blue Ridge guitars. And you'll usually find there's some slightly used Blue Ridge guitars at a discounted price. They've also got strings. Chances are they can have it for you in just a couple days. And you'll also find there a great selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs, including titles from the Easter Brothers, as well as 9:30 to 3, always close this portion of today's merry-go-round broadcast. And we do have time for one more song. I want to tell you again, it's been a pleasure to have you on the merry-go-round again.
Happy 75. Glad. We're so proud to be here, as they say.
I'm not too far away from that.
And we're gonna close out with the old traditional one called Ain't Nobody Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone.
Yeah, now.
Ready?
Oh, copper, you're the only one who never done me wrong. Come closer while I pet your head, old copper. Now there ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna mow for me too low. Won't you write these words upon my headstone? There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. Oh, there ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone. There ain't nobody gonna mow for me too low. Won't you write these words upon my headstone? There ain't nobody gonna miss me when I'm gone.
All right, great job. Thank you so much to our special guest, Ray Trek, as well as David Peterson. And until next week, we plan to have on the program E&R Railroad and none of the above. This is Jenny Lowry signing off from another edition of the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round.